reflecting on my time as a TEAK student. And when I finished the first draft and Dan had read it over, I already am referring to Dan, he called me and was basically like, yo, Frey, lighten up a little. I know you got something even better. So then I sat back and was like, wow, I can't even write a speech that accurately expresses my appreciation for this program. Yeah, TEAK taught me how to be persistent and not give up on myself. It was the first draft after all, and failure is just part of the creative process. So I want to start off with a quote pertaining to Oprah. Leslie Jones recently said on Saturday Night Live, "You can achieve your dreams at any age. You youngins are running around here trying to be somebody when you don't even know who you are yet." You know what happened to Oprah at 23? She got fired. Imagine firing Oprah. And it wasn't a mistake, because she wasn't Oprah. She was just some 23-year-old who had to get fired so she could become Oprah. Sometimes you gotta fail to succeed. And the TEAK staff and my fellow class members helped me come to terms with just that. This is a topic that a lot of students tend to address because it is a process that everyone goes through. But as a student who's at the top of the class all throughout middle school, I couldn't grasp the concept of failure or how to use it to my advantage until the end of my freshman year in high school. I can remember being in spin, TEAK spring intensive in the 7th grade. For those people in the class, just take a minute to remember that. I vividly remember Andrew Barber's thick Latin pockets, and I vividly remember not wanting to do them. I was naive then, wondering what I could possibly benefit from learning a new, dead language in order to comprehend the complicated English words on the SSAT. Being challenged to do something I wasn't comfortable with was no surprise. I signed up for an academic enrichment program after all. So Andrew wasn't trying to kill me. He was just trying to challenge me. And I didn't accept it like I should have. And there spin was, spinning in my first C's. Thank you, Andrew. And the C's didn't stop there. Let me be open and say, math and I have not had the best relationship, especially not in summer institute. I, a young 7th grader, was learning math that freshmen in high school would learn, just in 6 weeks. And so I would go to Rob and Michelle, our math teachers during our 2 years of summer institute, for extra help. They were quite supportive and persistent when trying to help, and I am grateful to have had such a supportive team alongside me. But again, I failed to wholly accept the test. You might have noticed the pattern by now. TEAK attempting to challenge me, and then me becoming my own obstacle. I was afraid to challenge myself. And by my freshman year of high school, the C stopped until midterm. Actually, I got an F on our first reading quiz in English, and I decided to stay naive because no matter how much TEAK tried to prepare me, I was just so unfamiliar with the responsibilities that came along with boarding school life, and JD, my teen at the time, would call me once a week to remind me to remember my practicals, to join clubs, and to talk to my teachers. And it took me a minute to realize that JD was giving me something valuable. He, along with the rest of the TEAK staff, was giving me the tools that I needed to catch up with the students in my class who had grown up in a private school setting their whole lives. Yet, when I went to Rob and Michelle during the summer institute, it was 50% to figure out how to do it right. 50%, why the hell am I doing it wrong? I'm always right. I was a genius in middle school. This word is plain me. And I was not failing alone. I was failing with 21 other students. They stayed up with me until 4 a.m., sometimes falling asleep with me on Skype. We bonded over not understanding Latin or math. We all tried to navigate the new social setting and everything else that comes with high school. We had to sort of realize what common mistakes we were making and give each other the same advice that the TEAK staff was trying to do us from the beginning. And when I asked some of the TEAK class 13 for advice they would give their younger self, I could hear Jamie's voice echo, or Dan's long emails. For example, Amy says, "You never stop discovering new aspects of yourself, so be open to lots of change." My mistake was not being open to changing as a student. So I was considering my potential superior. I had to fail so many times before I realized I had to turn my failure into something positive. I had to fail to realize how valuable TEAK's role was. I had to fail in order to let go of the pride that was holding me back from asking Andrew for the 5th SAT packet this time around, or Dan for help contacting colleges, or serving words to train me to be a successful leadership team member, or even class 13 when I needed advice. And this isn't a speech about how badly I've done, but more so about how TEAK and its associates helped me develop skills I need to grow as a student and mature as an adult. You all have helped me progress on the path to finding out who I am and have helped me be more confident and laugh at the mistakes I made along the way. I wasn't sure what I was capable of, and I realize now that I'm capable of anything as long as I put forth the effort. And I was lucky enough to do it alongside of some of my closest friends. So on that note, I would like to thank the TEAK staff, the board of trustees, the parents who have come to celebrate their children's next step. Without everyone's support, we, TEAK's 13th class, would not have achieved the same successes. And thank you to my brothers and sisters in the class 13. We wouldn't have done this without each other. And I can't wait to hear about all the great things Class 13 will accomplish in college and beyond.